1-800-563-8255. We're going to say good afternoon to Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello there, how are you?
Very well, thank you. It's Jennifer McCreath, by the way, Deputy Mayoral candidate in St. John's.
This is indeed Jennifer McCreath. The word mainlander, it's something that I'd never heard of before I moved here 6.5 years ago, and I don't really like that term. I consider myself a Newfoundlander. I live here, this is my home. I have no plans to leave, and I think it's a divisive term. I don't want to get too deep into the newfie term because I haven't really lived here long enough to understand, I guess, what the term means to everyone, but I will say growing up in Nova Scotia, the term was always used in a negative context, and it really painted a false portrayal of what the people here are all about. Mm-hmm. You hear these newfie jokes, and you think that they're all, I don't know, uneducated people, but not true. And if people want to embrace the term, I say you go for it. In my case, it's a word you probably won't hear me use very often because I'd rather shy away from controversial terms.
Do people in Nova Scotia object to the term blue noser the way people in Newfoundland object to the term newfie?
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't think it's a term you hear as much as the term newfie. But I guess my main issue is, and of course I wear several different diversity hats. I don't like stereotypes. I think everyone deserves to be judged as individuals on their own merit. Mm-hmm. And any type of label that may or may not be deemed negative kind of puts you behind the eight ball when you enter, whether it's a conversation, whether you enter a political race. And I think we need to try to find ways to give everyone a fair and equal chance.
Okay.
And I guess the main reason I wanted to call in today was I've noticed throughout the campaign that there seems to be certain candidates that have almost gone into hiding. And my question, I guess, for the panel and for all the listeners is, what do you make of candidates that refuse to talk to the media, that refuse to come to public forum events, and just don't seem to want to answer the tough questions? We've had an amazing event by the Happy City group there that was only attended by about half of the candidates. Ward 5 candidate Sherwin Flight actually made a joke on his website that he was filing a missing persons report for his opponent. I've publicly challenged my opponent to debate me, and I know that CBC has asked Mr. Ellsworth to come on to the show to meet and debate with me, and he has apparently declined. What do people think? Is this a good sign of leadership for people to just run and hide, or should people be more willing and open to step up to the microphone and answer the tough questions?
Nathan, what do you think?
I think there's a lot of additional questions that need to be asked here. I mean, sometimes it's a matter of time and place. Sometimes it's a matter of, no, I can't make this event. But I'm not familiar, first of all, with the fact that certain candidates are not, showing up at, knocking on people's doors or not engaging with the population. I've seen a lot of really strong candidates come out this year, and I'm really encouraged by that.
Well, I think Jennifer McCreath is talking specifically in terms of one candidate, is Jeff Chalk, the candidate for mayor, who hasn't appeared at any of the debates. None of them. I don't know if he's going door to door, but he certainly hasn't appeared at any of the debates. And the deputy mayor candidate, Ron Ellsworth, declined an invitation to debate with Jennifer McCreath here on Radio Noon. So I think specifically that's what she's talking about.
Okay, yeah. I think it is important to be debating issues and, what forums that people choose to do it. I think sometimes politicians in general will choose ones that suit their strengths.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't they?
Oh, exactly.
Sure.
I think that's extremely beneficial and thoughtful when you think about it. However, I do think that debating issues is really important. I think that there are other ways to debate issues than just, on the media. I think it's a wise choice, obviously, for them too. But obviously, regardless of, where they appear, I think that the electorate will obviously make the decision on the 24th.
Robyn Noseworthy, what do you think?
I think that, there tends to be quite a bit of arrogance when it comes to politics. And, in my opinion, when people are not stepping up and coming forward and saying exactly what their platform is or even engaging, you're talking about the youth not voting. I have no idea who these people are when it comes to, who's running for mayor. I know Sheila O'Leary, and I know, our current mayor right now, and I know, of course, Jennifer McCreath as we work on some advocacy items, together. But in terms of, you want to figure out who the candidate is, and the question always remains, what are you going to do for me? So if you're not showing up to public platforms and you're not trying to make the best of what you can, even if you can't make it that certain day, communication is always key in any kind of division. Communicate on a different date, communicate on a different venue. My question is if they're not stepping forward, what are they afraid of? Why are they not coming forward? What are they going to do for the city if they can't come forward and meet their people and answer questions that are, important to some? What makes you think that once they're in office, they're going to do the same thing? And that's why I think there's a bit of arrogance in terms of, oh, well, I don't need to show up because, like you said earlier, Gideon, I have the vote.
Gideon, what do you think?
I think a politician not showing up for a debate, other than the reason that they couldn't make that because of timing and whatnot, it shows a big lack of credibility, and especially in their character. A politician is designed, their position, excuse me, is to service the people. And so far, a politician only showing up to a debate that they really know that they can win shows that they're serving themselves.
Right.
If a politician is only interested in getting that vote, they're only interested in themselves.
But a politician's first priority is to get elected.
Exactly.
You can't get elected without people.
No, you can't get elected without people.
But in getting elected, what you look for is what's in this for me. If I go to this debate, will I be better off or worse off?
That's right.
So.
Oh, no, I understand.
There's a strategy.
And this is the issue. This is where the political, quote-unquote, game comes in.
Mm-hmm.
While they're playing this game, people are getting screwed over. I mean, issues are not being resolved. Elections are being, thrown out the window or tossed on just to muddle up the problems that are actually going on. Mm-hmm. We got an issue that we don't really want to deal with, let's throw an election. I mean, we're completely disconnected from what the politicians are doing. I hate to bring it up, but Stephen Harper has been in the media the least out of any other prime minister. How much credibility does he have in the public eye? Not much. I mean,
Continue to get
enough to
voted
get elected,
in.
yeah, 33%.
Jennifer, want to add anything before I let you go?
Yeah, well, I guess where I stand, it's tough for me to get my message out. I know I'd be quite happy to come on to CBC and debate an empty chair till the cows come home, but I know that might not make good media. But anytime, any place, Mr. Ellsworth is willing to discuss the issues with me. Anytime CBC wants to interview me, my door is always open, as it will always be to all citizens out there. Even if I lose this election, I'm quite happy to be engaged and talk about the issues with anyone, because that's what I'm all about. Thanks so much.
Oh, hang on a second, Jennifer. Robyn wants to say something. Robyn?
There's only 2 candidates right now for the deputy mayor position, and if somebody does not want to enter a debate or come to a public forum and meet the place, Jennifer, the only thing I can say to you is continue doing what you're doing. The more that your voice gets heard and the more that you speak up, then the more your attention is being drawn to you, and it's not so much a hiding factor of the candidates themselves hiding, but they're the ones that are closing the door on the community, and hopefully the community will see that.
Very good point, Robyn.
All right, thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
722-7111, 1-800-5